All right, everybody, we're back. We're live. Spread the Positive podcast. I am your host, Trent Denson. Got a super special guest in studio with us today, Miss Alicia Stachura. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing well. Alicia is involved with countless nonprofit organizations and doing a lot of very impactful work here in the Middle Tennessee area, and definitely a great example of all things STP. So we're going to get into all of it, kind of focusing on the Impact Nashville 100. Y'all got some super exciting news, and we'll get into all of it. But I like to take it back, get a little backstory on who you are, kind of how you got to where we are now and all of that. So what were some early passions? What was childhood like? And just kind of take us back.
So I'm a unicorn. I'm from Nashville.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I moved to Murfreesboro in 2014 when my husband and I got married. And so I've been in Murfreesboro ever since.
Okay. Nice.
I'm an undergrad. I'm a true blue undergrad.
Blue Raider. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Real nice.
I went back to school a little later and did, and then it's all the circles run together. I got my undergrad at MTSU in exercise science.
Nice.
Where I met Samantha Johnson. She was one of my professors. So that's when I got introduced into indoor athletics.
Yes, nice. Shouts to Dr. Sam. She's the best. Man. I love Sam.
And then I had a voluntold position.
There you go.
Where I was the non-traditional student social media and marketing coordinator. I'm messing that title up.
For Endure?
No. Okay. For MTSU. For their non-traditional student organization and their people.
Gotcha.
That's where I kind of got into my first dip into marketing. Because that's what I am now as a nonprofit marketer.
Yes.
And that was my first
light bulb moment.
Yeah, my light bulb moment, which then led me to Rutherford Cable.
Right.
And so I joined Rutherford Cable in 2017, trying to bring non-traditional students back to MTSU to get their college degree.
Nice.
And so then from there, it ended up being, I met lots of people in Rutherford Cable that had nonprofits. Deborah Roberts introduced me to Tennessee Mentors, which mentors high school students coming out of high school to get them into college as their freshman year.
That's awesome.
And then I met Kim Young at the time she was at Junior Achievement, and I started volunteering there.
Nice.
So I started developing this passion for nonprofits and how can I help you? How can I tell more people about these things?
Right.
And so that was my secret to the nonprofit world, is where the passion was driven. Nice. And then in 2019, we're going to fast forward. I was working at a Rutherford County high school, and we were entertaining moving to Nashville. And I'm like, well, okay, what am I going to do in Nashville?
That's hilarious. Yeah. It's usually the other way around, right?
Yeah. Like, what am I going to do? And so I had this drive, and I'm like, oh, I'll go back to school for marketing.
Oh.
So I went and got my master's degree because I was like, I can market in Nashville, right? Anyone's going to hire a marketer. I can do that.
Yeah.
But it ended up 2020 happened.
I remember.
My husband's company, the 2020 March tornado, kind of flatlined his facility.
Oh, wow.
And at their corporate office. And so that halted our move to Nashville.
Got you. Okay.
And so I call it a God-driven moment, because he's like, no, I want you to stay in Murfreesboro, and these are the things I want you to do.
That's
and so
cool.
That's how I ended up with Liberty Station, Amelia's Closet, The Sweet Addiction.
Yes.
All the other Main Street Murfreesboro.
Right.
I now help with Sarah Calendar.
Shouts to Sarah.
Some of their marketing too.
And those are some of the best organizations.
I know. I have
so
the
awesome.
perfect job. So that's how I got into nonprofit marketing.
That's amazing.
So Impact 100 Nashville.
Yeah.
We're moving to Nashville. I need to, because that was the plan. I need to find a network. Where am I going to get a job? What am I going to do? I'm looking, and it just pops up. I was on LinkedIn. And so it just so happened some ladies here in Murfreesboro were part of that organization.
Nice.
And I was asking them, I'm like, perfect, I need to get involved. This sounds great. Because I already had that underlining passion for nonprofits. Right. I loved what they did. And so I've been an Impact 100 Nashville member since 2019.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. And that's what we're going to get into, right? That's where all the exciting news is. Y'all raised a ridiculous amount of money and do some really amazing things.
Yeah.
So talk to us.
So this year we have raised $246,000.
Wow. I'll add applause after. Sorry, I don't have my applause button right here, but.
And so we're hoping to get to 250. So we're like our membership drive has closed, but we're so close to that 250.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, 4 more ladies.
Come on,
Who's
come
up?
on.
Come on.
We got this.
And what that means is one nonprofit is going to get $100,000.
Wow.
And then 2 nonprofits that are going to be smaller, new incoming, are going to get $25,000.
Wow.
And so last year we raised $204,000.
That's amazing.
And so like we're slowly growing.
That's so crazy.
I wouldn't say slowly, right? Those are big numbers.
Right. That's
But how our motto works is it's one woman gives $1,000 and every penny of that goes directly to the nonprofit. So we're all volunteer based. We don't have any fees associated. We have business sponsors that sponsor, and any of our marketing, all of that comes out of those sponsor dollars.
Gotcha.
So if someone donates, it goes exactly to a nonprofit.
That's so cool.
So,
and that, I mean, it's so you're in the chapter out here too, right?
So that is a Rutherford County 100 Women Who Care.
Okay. Those are different chapters.
Those are same kind of thing, but 100 Women Who Care gives $100 every quarter.
Got you.
And kind of same motto, every penny goes to the nonprofit, except for those dollars stay in Rutherford County.
Got you. That's so cool.
For Impact 100 Nashville, I know it gets confusing, especially for all of my network people. They're like, are they the same? Are they different?
Right.
What do you do?
It's got to be a little confusing.
Impact 100 Nashville serves all surrounding counties. So it's greater Nashville people who can apply for those grants.
That's so cool. So that's greater Nashville goes how far, I guess? Like
Williamson County, I would say whatever touches Davidson County.
Okay. All right.
Gotcha. Is going to be the short answer.
There you go. That makes sense.
And all of our members, because as of right now, we have $246,000 raised, which means we have 246 members.
Okay.
And so all of those live in those surrounding counties.
Got you.
And so where I come in is I want to recruit more Rutherford County women, right? Because then we're going to have more people voting and pulling for Rutherford County nonprofits.
There you go. There's some strategy.
Yeah. And so because of our name, some people are like, or if you live in Gallatin, you're like, well, I'm not going to be a member there because you only serve Nashville.
No.
And so like that's not the case. And so some of a small group of us who are members, we're trying to be very strategic with our messaging, going, no, it's just not about Nashville.
Right.
Like
greater Nashville.
It's greater Nashville, and we live everywhere. Like I live here in Murfreesboro. Our marketing director chair for Impact 100, she lives in Gallatin.
Nice.
And so we are everywhere. And so
That's
we're trying to be very strategic with our message for next year.
Right.
When we get more women that are interested in the grant process.
Nice.
We have get-togethers throughout the year, and some people just donate and they, here's my money, do what you want.
Right.
But what we do, once you give your monies, we have a very rigorous grant process.
Okay. I was going to ask, I'd love to hear about this. Okay.
So
take us through that.
Let's just say Spread the Positive wants to be an applicant.
Yeah.
You would have to say we raised $246,000 and you're going to be in the bigger or the small. You have to tell us where every penny, what you want to do with that money.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And so then we have a grants committee that reviews all of that. And then if you go to the next level, we do facility tours. Our members come in. Why should we vote for you?
Dang.
You have to tell me your story.
Wow.
And then you go through another grant process. Through another application process of where you really get into the details of how you have served the community this far. And so then at the end of every year in November, our members there's 3 final ones. Well, this year, since we're giving away 3, I don't know what the final numbers will be. But then the membership votes on it.
Got you.
And it's always in November every year.
That's really cool. Who have been some of the recipients in the past?
So our Impact 100 Nashville chapter started in 2014.
Okay.
And so our first grant donation was in 2015, and we gave away $26,000.
That's amazing.
And that was to Tennessee Higher Education. And then we've given to Retrieving Independence, Safe Haven, Tennessee Alliance for Kids, Renewal House, Shower Up Nashville,
Nice,
Oasis Center, the Family Reconciliation Center, Nashville Peacemakers.
Nice.
She's actually here in Murfreesboro quite a lot speaking. So
who's that? Or
oh, see, since you asked me, I can't remember her name. But she works with a lot of our organizations here, and they kind of do some training.
Cool.
The Sexual Assault Center, Rapha Institute, and then last year we gave $102,000 to Mending Hearts and $102,000 to Tennessee Kids Belong.
Man, that's so awesome.
And so this year we are super excited because
doing 3, right?
Yes,
Well,
we're doing 3.
mhm.
We did 3 in 2019, and that was only because we raised $101,000. And it's kind of like you don't want to give $1,000 to somebody. So how do we break that
Yeah,
up where
gotcha.
someone is going to get a significant amount that's going to be life-changing for their
Impactful. Bingo.
impactful
There
for
you
their
go.
organization.
I love that.
Yeah, so we're super excited.
That is super exciting. Man, that's so awesome. So how can people apply, or where do they need to go if they are interested in applying?
So if they want to be a member, you can just go to our website. But for our grant application, it's already closed for this year.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. That was in May.
Okay.
And then
how many people applied?
I don't know, but this year, I know 2 years ago we had over 100 applications.
Wow. Yeah, so probably.
And so that's why, like for this year, you had to have I think it was an operating revenue of over $500,000.
Oh, wow.
For the larger grant.
Yeah.
And then for the smaller one, I don't remember what it was, but it was for new incoming. You didn't have to have
as established.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's only because we can't have 1,000 applications and still have this very detailed process.
Right.
Because I mean, it's a lot of money. And we want to make sure we're giving to an organization that needs it and is doing good in the community.
That's so awesome, man. That's really cool. Yeah. Shouts to y'all. Congratulations. And yeah, I can't wait to see who wins. And so that'll be in November. Maybe we could do like a little follow-up then. And
yeah, so in the end of July, we get to announce the first round of who has chosen that gets to apply for the next application process.
Oh, wow.
And so that's going to be big because I'm hoping, me personally, I'm in Rutherford County. I'm hoping we have some people in that process represented. Yeah.
Yes, me too. That'll be awesome. So July, then you have what's after that process?
So we have July, and then about October is when we start our
voting and
our tours where we get to tour. I think we tour 10 different facilities.
Wow. Man, that's a very extensive.
I'm super excited because this year's the first year we're going to do in-person tours.
Yeah,
we've been doing them virtual or like someone on the Zoom or a camera, and so. But the great thing about a nonprofit being chosen, or even if they don't win, but there's still a runner-up or whatever that is we always, there's tons of marketing that comes behind that. And if they do win, we're always asking them to come back to our meetings and say, what have you done? Tell our new members about your organization.
Love that.
And we actually have a fun story. One of she presented, I'm pretty sure she was from Retrieving Independence. She had been to a meeting, but she was representing a different nonprofit. And when she heard about that nonprofit, ultimately she ended up moving and started working for that nonprofit.
That's so crazy.
And so, I mean, like, if you are in that world and that's what you love and where your passion is, it's great for people to come hire or just for volunteers. And so there's always that ongoing process. We always bring our old applicants or our old grant recipients back for speaking engagements, for membership drives, for different things like that.
That's so cool, man. That's got to be, and that's a strong alumni or like kind of an alumni association with being part of that, right?
Yeah, and Impact 100 Nashville it's part of a global chapter called Impact 100. There's over 60 chapters, and that started in 2002.
Is it all women?
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're all women. It started in 2002 out of Cincinnati.
Sweet.
And so it's just grown ever since. A quote from our global chapter founder is, "This is a place for women who care deeply, who dream widely, and who believe that together they are unstoppable force for good."
Let's go.
Yeah.
Talk about spread the positive.
I know. That's from Wendy Steele. She's our global impact founder.
Wow. So that's so cool. Well, speaking of spread the positive, I want to, dive into a couple of our go-to segments and topics. That's kind of the whole reason why this whole show exists. And just, I think it's important to celebrate tools in the toolbox and just ways to maintain a positive mindset, not delusional positivity, not toxic positivity, all the bad ways people are trying to frame it these days, but just on, just when you're down and out, having a tough time, fear, doubt, all the things that kind of creep in. What are some of your go-to ways to switch that up and try to get back on the positive train, if you will?
So as a Christian follower, it's always the Bible, right? For me. But then I love peace in nature.
Okay.
And so, like, getting outside, I'm a flower addict.
Nice.
A couple of years ago, I was award recipient for Rutherford Cable, and they asked a fun fact. And my fun fact was, I want my yard to be like Cheekwood.
Oh,
so like that's a dream of mine. And
that's
so I
gross.
have over 5,000 tulip bulbs in my front yard.
What, dude? 5,000?
Yes. And so every
Wow.
year I do a massive order of those, and so I'm always adding to it.
That is
So
wild.
that's where my peace and
just I love that.
yeah.
I feel that. That's one of my go-tos. I love getting to Barfield and just walking the trails, leaving my phone in the car, and just
disconnecting.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Another kind of go-to topic. Obviously, you're tied into a bunch of these already. So the tagline was spread the positive, bringing light to what's going right, showcasing and facilitating efforts that are making a positive impact in our local communities and beyond. So in your world, we've already talked about Impact 100, Rutherford Cable, 100 Women Who Care out here, all those things. But what, in addition to those things, what would you consider going right in your world or beyond?
Liberty Station.
Let's go. Yes, that's a great answer.
So Liberty Station falls under the Amelia's Closet umbrella.
Right.
And so they are a job training center for people with disabilities.
Nice.
To develop their God-given talent.
Let's go.
And so they've been operating since 2020. But our on-site facility is right behind Toots on Northwest Broad.
Yep, across the street.
And so when you try to change an oil change garage into a restaurant and a cafe, there are all these hurdles you never dreamed about.
Yes.
And so we hope to open the actual facility later this summer.
That's so exciting.
But we've already had a couple of interns that come through our job training center. One works at Demos's restaurant. We've had one that went to Blue Coast Burrito.
Nice. Yes, I see Zach.
Yeah.
Zach, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I talk to him quite often. That's awesome.
We also have college interns that come through.
Yeah.
As well, doing their internships.
Nice.
And so I don't know how many of those that we have, because sometimes they just do their first level and they're only here for 4 weeks. And sometimes they're here for a whole semester. We actually have a doctoral graduate student right now in occupational therapy that is with us for some time.
That's amazing.
Don't quote me, but I think she's doing her thesis on us, kind of like processes for people with disabilities. Totally, so awesome. Probably screwing that up, but she's doing great work for us. And that's amazing. Love to have her.
That's so cool. Yeah, Liberty Station is incredible. Jody, obviously, shouts to Jody. She's been on a couple times, and you're right. It is a textbook example of what's going right. I can't wait. It's just gonna. I mean, that's so replicatable. Maybe not in a former garage and stuff. Maybe skip some of those steps, but just the ability to, create opportunities for people to come learn different job skills and get a voice in the community and stuff like that.
Well, a lot of groups have come just out of the community, churches or people who needed community service hours. They've come to paint, they've come to plant flowers, they've come to do paperwork, you name it. And so it's also that open door for volunteers as well.
Nice.
Just to come and do something out of the box. They don't have to be committed. You're not signing up for anything. And so that's been great too, trying to get that building together.
Right. Tell us all that's in the building.
So there's going to be a cafe, which is finished.
Right.
We've had several coffee tours come through. So if anyone wants to do a tour, you can just kind of call. We do have our interns are there on Tuesdays and Thursdays most days, because now we're like hands-on, because the food truck is over in the garage area, and it is plugged in and working. Like last week we had electricity. It was like, oh. Nice. And so that is where we're going to serve our grilled cheese and our salads and all of that stuff. So there's picnic tables out there.
I'm so excited.
We also have a commercial kitchen that we're going to rent out. So if someone has a mom and pop business, you're not exactly allowed to make your cupcakes out of your kitchen. And so
very frowned upon.
And so that's going to allow people to rent out the kitchen, the space, to do whatever it is that they want to do that's not associated with Liberty Station. But it was just the space we had. Now we will use it for some events, but it's mainly for people to rent the space to do. There's a couple of smaller nonprofits. The Sweet Addiction is one that is renting out that space to do.
Can you speak on them a little bit? What all do they do?
So they do job training skills with women who are coming out of incarceration or addiction. Some people have been incarcerated for years and years, and they just don't have those kind of job skills. But the Sweet Addiction teaches them sewing and baking.
Nice.
That are very pluggable to in anywhere.
Yeah.
And so the Sweet Addiction is actually, fun fact, going to make the bakery items, a couple of the bakery items for the Liberty Station.
That's so awesome. Talk about just everybody coming together, right?
Yes. And so it's awesome because both of those organizations partner with Doors of Hope, which is right here in Murfreesboro. We've had some of the Doors of Hope ladies. They were actually over last week.
Nice.
Helping us with some serving and some of the job training skills for our interns.
Nice.
We call our interns stars.
I love that.
Because we have college interns, and those are college interns. And then we have our people that are employed, that are going through the job. And so we call them stars, just to separate. And stars is, you want to be called a star?
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Sign me up for that.
Interns, kind of not as cool.
Right. And so if you ever hear like, I'm a Liberty Station star, or come and see our Liberty Station stars, that's who we're referring to.
That's so awesome. I love that so much. What else? I mean, that's just, I love that, and again, just such a great example of what's going right, why the show exists, why this network is the way it is. So anything we can do, please let us know. I just want to be as involved as we can be. So relay that message, however, please. And whatever we can do. The proximity is crazy. All the things. I think there's a lot of overlap in maybe some of the stuff we're doing, being able to teach podcasting, audio setup, production stuff. Like there's a lot of potential for overlap. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun. That is super exciting. Yeah. I just want to
say thank you for having me on and letting me share all the things.
I know. Shouts to Nashville, Impact Nashville. Yeah, right. Thank you for the work you do. Thank you for, it takes a special person to do. That's just dedicating your life pretty much to making things work better. So shouts to you. Right?
I think it's a God-driven passion. I didn't ask for it, right? In 2019, I'm moving to Nashville, and what's next? And so here we are, and it's been that way ever since, and I've enjoyed it. I have a fun fact for you.
Let's go. Love fun facts.
So 100 Women Who Care, Rutherford County, as of this month, because we did our last check presentation, has given over $53,000 to the community.
Wow. Y'all started.
We started in 2020.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Because Doors of Hope just got a $10,000 check through the chapter. Their conference was here in Nashville this year. And since we were a sponsor, we got to put in some Rutherford County nonprofits. And Doors of Hope was one of those. And then I lied.
No.
Doors of Hope did not receive $10,000. It was Isaiah House. Doors of Hope got $500.
Gotcha.
Yes, I apologize.
That's all good.
Yeah. And so that puts us at over $53,000.
Man, that's incredible. In 2 years.
Yes, in 2 years.
Wow.
We started in a pandemic.
Yeah, right. Not to mention a global pandemic in those 2 years as well.
When they say you can't grow or do great things, we're like,
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Watch me. Here we go.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's so true. And being able to, that's thank you for that. Just a great reminder that even in these times that are, economic downturns and things are not, as great as they usually are, you can still make things happen. We can still solve these problems. We can still get the resources to people that need them.
Yes.
So that's why we do this. Don't give up, people. There's a lot of hope out there, and we got a lot of great things happening, and you can get involved with all these great organizations too. And it's super rewarding. I saw a quote the other day somewhere: the best antidepressant is volunteering.
I love it.
I know. That is super accurate. So get out of your own way. Get out. Just go serve. You'll be amazed at how quick that down and out bad feeling goes away when you're getting outside yourself and helping people. So get involved, people. There's a lot of great things happening, and we can make changes when everything seems to be going wrong.
Thank you so much.
That's kind of my little soapbox. I do want to wrap up with a couple of signature segments that we always do. First of all, the grateful for 4 things you're most grateful for right now. What you got?
Oh,
yeah.
Put me on the spot.
I know. Right? Sometimes we don't always do the full overview.
So I am grateful for my faith.
Love that.
In Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for my wonderful husband.
Okay.
And our children.
That's one.
And then number 4, I guess, the opportunity
Yeah,
to serve nonprofits at the capacity that I'm able to.
that's amazing. I'm thankful for that too.
Yeah.
So where can people find you if they want to reach out or get more information about everything you got going?
Well, since I run in many different circles, you can email me at A.L. Stachura, Stachura,
Yep.
92
Okay.
at gmail.com.
Sweet.
That's my personal email, but then I can loop you to all the things,
Right.
anything you're interested in, and answer all your questions.
That's amazing. Well, Alicia, thank you again. Thank you for being on and all the work you're doing. Definitely a textbook example of all things STP. Anything we can do to help, please don't hesitate to reach out. The remote podcasting popping up wherever, we're here for it. Love documenting great stuff, and you're tied into a lot of that. So appreciate you. And any closing words?
No, I hope to see you soon, right? We're
Yeah.
Impact 100 Nashville. We're going to have a Rutherford County chapter at the end of this, we hope, right?
Let's go. That is the goal. Well, thank you again. We'll wrap it up and we will see you on the next episode. Thank you so much.